Ababo.
Yes, by problems, yes, you may fools with you, man. Two manage crowd.
I say, yeah, if we just offer.
I manage you crowd. Yes, away. It's but of course, we are trying. Which, oh, Baba, no, you know, correct, but the blacker shape near solid.
The black were solid.
But the black or try to make you still a young man because you was still not the black a true sign. Or the Ojawa have a pemper.
Maybe you're forever young.
She put up because me show me the party the party the quad come
to know the America crowd. Maybe America catch when you.
What's it? We shape me still.
You touch.
Correct.
Just din.
Never almost akura.
David. Anya yanum ya na twetwe me yanum ko boss akura. Me am ba ma onu obusam da. Asenya wa.
Mommy found starting free Jeddah in Saudi Arabia.
Okay.
Because that is the game that is worth talking about. Now, there are only 3 or 4 things that happened in the game, and for me, and yet probably the most important things. I say when they won't come out, then you'll be doing a little bit of injustice to the game. And first of all, I want to start from the German tactician that moved from Germany to go to Barcelona. Which in football, one year you'll be too over-reliant on shapes, structure, tactics, 4 whatever, 3 whatever, and then forget about the most important thing in football. Meaning say in the current description of jobs for coaches, no, they don't call them managers again. It's about just first team coach in this animal. But Rich, you need to manage a lot of things.
Sure. Very, very important.
And in coaching, you have to be an excellent man manager or close to an excellent man manager. And maybe when you don't, but because of your players, you have to smile. And maybe when the performance, but you need to say things to them, push them to believe in themselves and deliver the results for you.
Man City players, almost everyone
yeah. Yeah.
I
remember Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva said, "Of course, Man City for front. In the penthouse now, no team no. Now, this is all some card be ABA and son waiting me for Basro. But one day on his birthday, on no one then Omokache ni say Obi was here on so baneho, but all money.
Okay.
And also Kini Panemra. Before that's not Ike Guni and a banning chain coach. No, didn't say Ike Guni and a retain it because he's not Ike Guni and a time banning chain. Rich, Ujinani Puan or board, say double or Koye, Joseph Guardiola with a little bag.
Or Brennan in present.
Wine. And also wine, all from random sound call. Only a chance you hear wine in them.
No, sometimes, you see, I'm going to go to the park and it's exactly. Or tactics, or game plan, whatever. No,
exactly.
And so, no more not that cordial relationship now.
Yeah.
Maybe you might be a good coach, all right, but without number.
And which you see, even in the dealings of human beings, I know you will feel. But in dealing with human beings, you need to find ways to make people feel important. So, woman people feel important, and you will be a bayama.
Until a leader be a giga sometimes
you don't succeed. No, you don't succeed. You need to find ways to make people feel important. And Rich, I am saying this of Hansen Itaflik because of this Brazilian player. Rich, the last time a Brazilian went to Barcelona and then played football, dominate Europe, become a star name of Yasero. Neymar da Silva. Since Neymar, Barca spent loads of money. Barca Coco Tuesca for Ousmane Dembele plenty, he couldn't get there. Barca brought in fact, Barca after Xabi were willing to pay money for Nico Williams because Abanti Efeno Rafinha was not performing after paying 55 million to Leeds United to get a signature. But it took the German to go to Rafinha and tell him, say, you are going to be important to me. And everything happened when and now after the game, Rafinha went to the journalist and told them, say, oh no, on him say, this is a very, very big day. But Hansi Flick in tea, it will be a because but for Hansi Flick, he would have left Barcelona. And that was the story. Hansi came in, Barca, Episka, they had lined Rafinha to let him go. Hansi said, moment to Barca, and I mean, player no training grounds. He watches Rafinha, tells Rafinha, say, oh, you're a top player. You will play, be patient, just believe in yourself. And he got a job. Which means that when you go and you look at Rafinha and his games, and this is the image I wanted to show you. Andy knows me so well. This is the game of Deportivo Alaves. And you're not matching. Deportivo Alaves match in the very first game of Barcelona boy, Rafinha started after injury. Chelsea game one started. And in the last 10 games Rafinha after signing injury, you know, all of them, if he has started, Barca ended up winning and he has scored at least assisted. So after the Deportivo Alaves game, Bobby Catcher will say, "Omo match you number say winning 3-1." But now Hansi Flick et na ko dem say ah, onu confidence on your own room. And it is here that Rafinha went to Hansi Flick and he told him after the game, the journalist asked Rafinha, "I say oh, me koko catch me manager and say, me say boy ni yefe. And you're dominant, and you're Barcelona, and you're pet. And never we understand. But the very confidence that he gave us when he came in, my own shade. Which 10 games in. Alaves, Athletic Club Bilbao, Atletico de Madrid, Frankfurt, Real Madrid, Champions League getting close to qualification. What have you Copa del Rey winning? And then against their bitterest rivals. When everybody thought it was going to be another Lamine Yamal story. No. Lamine Yamal doing enough. People thought that okay, Lamine Yamal being Spain before no national. No. It was the Brazilian. It was a brace for him. Oh, they can't say a chance. Then people were asking, Rafinha power, yeah, then I'll say a chance with. Then comes back again as captain of the side. Deputy captain. Ends up slotting that boy in there, getting the job done for Barcelona. 2 times. It's rich. And now in Jeddah. For me, it was Hansi Dieter Flick, it was Rafinha, and they dominated it. I think that Xabi Alonso and the tactics wrong on the night. Their plan to push Aurelien Tchouameni back, for me, did not work. Honestly speaking, I can understand that he wanted Federico Valverde here. But I think that a lineup of bringing still Aurelien Tchouameni into the middle of the park, Raul Asensio and Federico Valverde to the right-hand side, looked like something that would have worked for me. But constantly allowing Tchouameni to track the ranks of Robert Lewandowski and Yadi and Nebeyejuma. And the second goal, Barcelona was very, very clear. And now Pedri and Frankie de Jong give us another clinic again on Fiifi.
Much master class.
Wait, only Barca about every team that's come close to beating Barca or beats Barca.
But sometimes
Which, yes, but it
only thing I say be about bullion.
That's it.
And also be an awkward card.
You see, Rich,
could be red card be.
You see, Barca players are very technical. It's one of you who will show me the first 30-15 minutes. Obe proud.
Okay.
And that is one thing that everybody was talking about Enzo Maresca when Caicedo the first 20-15 minutes. It's like a crowd. Yes, the game could have gone anywhere, but only Barca you allow them play, they'll tear you apart. And yesterday, that's what happened to Xabi Alonso, which a young coach. And yeah, Xavi Hassan, from the Madrid injuries issue, also. They should take their time for Xabi Alonso. And of course, invest in the team for him in the summer. I like something that he said after the game. He said this is the least competitive competition was Spain on man, correct? Yeah. It's the Supercopa de España. Yes, a trophy there, but the Copa del Rey is yet to come. The Champions League can come. Of course, the league is still up there for both teams. Although it's not casting stones, so I'm turning around. I think that's something that they should see. In England, there were FA Cups. Now, Liam Rossenu and Kokoshe Charlton Athletic by 5-1.
What about the Granger, Mr.
How did you?
Say, good fellow as I can.
Wakano. Na say enna mi hu say
o so ntran kan.
Enna mi hu say hu twa adwajo. But me and my man is a me feel. Because the reflection Bible say quote but I could you touch like that.
Tell Kofi Rosen to focus more on the United game.
Before when you producer at large, we go straight to United game.
I go in the pecking order.
Now you match your match.
Your match is wrong. When I'm right here, match is just you match, Papa. Hey,
you can yabo AFCON quarter final.
Oh, what's
I have got semi final.
AFCON the ever come as that
every cup match in this
cup. Any patch on a minyake. Na emba records of a patch on it. Kazonia to move on to the next game. Like, and you want to do
is it me bro? Manchester United.
Now back to the 2-1 bar.
2-1. United in serious. So, anything sometimes I may catch them say.
Yeah.
And I support it in Yabutre. A project no more yeah. I want Yabutra project in Nia. Yana me catch them say I disagree with you people. And the consider Ben United and quiet project ye be.
See, you are getting certain things wrong.
Post if I give you the one kind of project any day you. The BI United year project.
Rich,
project the Kofi out here.
Yeah.
And so you be project ebe swaba.
Yeah.
Who be say United project be.
But it means sometimes the
decisions.
Exactly, because yes, you need to do some numbers niye. But sacking in the middle of the season without a plan. Questionable. You don't sack Amorim now.
Coach, coach.
I feel now about the fact Carrick interim. Kakra ko see end of the season. It was a rich. Carrick bet me aba. You about the engineers from your maneuver be United the 5th since. We was okay fine and people begin to say it's okay and yes Mama Carrick into them kakra then Carrick could do another season. Then you see that with time Carrick is not good enough. Then you are repeating the cycle. That is my problem with United. You go with interim or no, you want to obey. It was a from not in the season. Carrick could come and get to C7th. The United fans say, okay, you can cry to was here, man. Then we not for Sansu Burgo. For me,
and your Brighton on my share name problem because Brighton's home share the
which will problem.
Brighton share 4-0 in the other.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you see, indecisions in the door.
Yeah.
I say, I am club, I should have name you left you. You're right. And that the BR, the BC, yeah. And a project back we be some kakra.
Yeah.
Yes, a dear, yeah, near a far baby for near Sabu. You won't be
too much.
And have a problem. And you're bright to Raja, every club, I mean, I don't know which shots are surprises.
Yeah, yeah. The third round, maybe a different things.
To me, said I never is about. I can't have also a managing club and have a problem. Now, I'm supposed to say 5.
Oh, 5.
Oh, we match.
When you're matching, first Chelsea coach after Sarri winning the first match. And I was it too early.
That is Basaya Okobui.
Number one, Chelsea won say that.
And
was 5-1. They are saying who.
Yeah, Bob Brighton.
See, yeah, we never say that in Peru.
You be a Bob Brighton.
You see when you now, you're working. No, be the no that if you now can once.
I'm boating me.
And no found. Oh, she had Grimsby or say Grimsby was the one be
Grimsby.
Or shall we move him? On the switch.
Penalties.
No,
penalties will be a game.
Then they say 5-1 and for penalties. Many problems and Chelsea fans need be saying now, or the tactics Kakrebi will come when be say Enzo Maresca tactics near the other. Obi a chef 5-1 in the here and but all the near games were and the other for cross and effect.
Which Champions League grammar?
The only thing I want to say about the Chelsea game is that the Amrosonia is being smart, Rich. Me per the fact that he's not trying to change so many things about Nyobabe 2 or 1. And on Wankasa say the team is well coached by Enzo Maresca. Jao had to the inversion into the left half space, maybe Joshua Champo, the same things that we're seeing under Maresca. The few differences that we were seeing, and I don't want to waste too much time on it, was just the 2 pivots now, or more distances, no air shots, and we're in close proximity for a lot of knockabouts and exchanges to be able to escape the press. Many time in the course of the season, I'll try to explain. I like that. And we see Moses Kaiser after the game, I see on the one who say, coach, you say, mentally. And he thinks that's what they were lacking before. If they're able to get that and Liam Rosson is able to do that consistently, maybe that is going to be very, very good for them. Antoine Semenyo also got a goal for team of friend Manchester City in his debut game for them. Now the AFCON. Maybe I wanted the 2 West African nations to go through.
But I didn't check them out.
I didn't get it.
Yeah. West from you.
Send an ayala penal 2 north, 2 south. That's what we got. Which how the disposition of the African Cup of Nations trophy, imagine it here. The highest is still Egypt or that's Cameroon, and I know I just second highest with 5. And also Efrimu, Ghana 4 on car competition. Nigeria with 3 or that's Ivory Coast 2 air out. What it means that there's likely setting a friend Egypt makes it 8 record number, or Nigeria makes it 4 and equal the number of wins Ghana Enya in the African Cup of Nations. Then over the weekend it was a very, very good round of game, and it means that now in the African Cup of Nations there were 4 local coaches, all of them. Coach Seruna Walid Wagragui, when you talk of Osama Egypt coach, everybody, Eric Shelley, all of them are Africans from the continent, and it's a very good. Me, I like the Nigerian play. Nigeria were excellent on the Algerians. They put them to the sword. Omomu said they have a lot of quality in terms of the games that they want to play. I mean, we'll wrap up our African Cup of Nations, and definitely, meaning say, as we play the semi-final, very, very interesting. Then you're banning this and commoning in that area. I mean, from just the last few minutes, on the courts and Michelle and Rich, it was a big win for boys, efficacy.
Okay. Greens in the soil.
3 coats.
That's nice.
I think one of them was 15 odds, 9 odds, and almost 8 or so.
You know, boys are first car.
I'm first class. I will be catching me say, scan on your and or the quack or yard. Next time, when you be my friend. Next time, you're a friend.
So, watch your match. So, we know DNA. What the one from Guiadini.
Next time. Oh, but said it. It's rich. The Monday, the other side, it's UTO Nhyira, Michelle. Like I always say, don't miss out. First one, a BW31. B4 A7 A9 and the first one. Second one a BW 31 B4 960E. Third one a BW 31 B4 93E1. Fourth one a BW 31 B4 8987, and the last one a BW 31 B4 5584. Rich, your boy Radin Pires on to Greens and Gusuma Gusa for.
Okay.
Definitely will be back.
All right.